few moments later.
Retreat. The nearby Area A will be in danger. Defense priority level A. We must protect...
I always wanted to play Earth Defense Force games, and thanks to PlayStation Plus Premium, which I won't be renewing, thank you very much, I finally managed to get my hands on one. Earth Defense Force Iron Rain. Now, EDF games are not exactly famous for their cinematic storytelling or AAA quality for that matter. EDF games, from what I could gather, have always been cheesy and their prices reflected it. However, I did a little bit of research and it turns out Iron Rain was supposed to be a more serious entry in the series with a price tag that makes it more expensive than The Last of Us Part 2. So, yeah, I had high hopes for it. Were my expectations met? Ladies and gentlemen, strap in your PA gear because this is my honest opinion on Earth Defense Force Iron Rain for PlayStation 4.
Alright, video games! I'm one of those!
Earth Defense Force Iron Rain is developed by Yuke Entertainment, who were famous during the PlayStation 2 era for developing WWE games like Shut Your Mouth and SmackDown vs. Raw.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
If you played any of those WWE games, then you'll know how amazing those games were. EDF games were developed by Sandlot in the past, but for this entry, the publishers D3 Entertainment wanted to take the series in a different direction.
That's it! We're done for!
They wanted the game to be a more darker entry in the series. Now, I'm going to put my hands up and say that I have not played any other EDF games, so I don't know how goofy or camp the other games were, but this one, well, I'm gonna say it's definitely not dark.
We have our mission. Save your quarreling for another time.
The game starts with our nameless protagonist and his squad on its way to make a final stand against the aggressors who have invaded the planet. To win the war for humanity, my squad needs to destroy something called the Hivecraft.
A burst of energy detected from the Hivecraft.
Unfortunately, the Hivecraft pulls an Independence Day on us, and wipes out all the EDF forces, except for our protagonist.
Commander, there's one Type S that is working.
A survivor from the flare team?
And then it was up to me to destroy the Hivecraft single-handedly.
Explosion inside the Hivecraft!
I managed to do that, but the explosion also managed to take me out.
Communication lost. The soldier did not make it out of the destruction.
Which lands me in a coma. Waking up after 7 years, and it turns out the aggressors are still around, and I have been assigned to a new squad called Blast Unit. From there on in, I was tasked with completing these bite-sized missions that can be completed within 10 minutes if you're trying to whiz through them. Yeah, it does have a storyline that flows through some of the missions, but I'm not going to spoil it for you, not because it is awesome, it's actually pretty simple to follow to be very honest, but because of the way the game plays out. There are no cinematic cutscenes or anything. Everything pretty much happens in real time as the action is taking place. So I might ruin the surprise or the impressive battles the game throws at you.
There's a life sign. It's huge.
What is that?
And this is why I decided to make the video. The action in Iron Rain is phenomenal. Not gonna lie, I haven't had this much fun since I played Gungrave. Iron Rain throws you in a battlefield and then throws everything it has at you. You'll be squaring off against giant ants, spiders, whatever these bugs are, ants with wings. Yeah, if you don't like bugs, this game is probably not for you.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
The game also has bipedal robots, this 8-legged robot that actually spawns bipedal robots, drones, and even Godzilla.
Run! It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla! Though it isn't.
And it's all jaw-dropping stuff as well. I lost count of the amount of times these bipedal robots just walked through a skyscraper or a line of houses, leveling the area completely. It just made the game a bit more unique for me. I could never get enough of taking out these oversized enemies only to see them take out a building as they fall to the ground. There are 50 plus missions, and aside from the prologue, all these missions are replayable at different difficulty settings, with the hardest being unlocked after you have beaten the game. To help you take care of bug infestation, you will be equipped with PA gears that give you special abilities. You start off with 2 classes, but others will unlock as the story progresses. The ones I started off with were Trooper, which is your standard class. You can sprint indefinitely and can dash through enemy attacks, and Jet Lifter, another standard PA gear that you have access to from the start, which allows you to fly. But my favorite has to be the Heavy Striker, which allows me to take more damage, but it came at the expense of my mobility. But I got to dual wield my assault rifles, which was pretty cool. When it comes to weapons, there are a lot to choose from. You can choose from assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, missile launchers, which I would recommend you reach minimum safe distance before you fire them, miniguns that take a lot of time to wind up and are difficult to aim, but the end result is immensely satisfying, laser rifle, energy thrower, laser cannon, satellite weapon, and even a sword. I don't know if anyone remembers the movie called Edge of Tomorrow starring Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, but the Trooper PA gear looks a lot like the one from the movie, so when I equipped the sword to go with it, it kind of reminded me of the film. For the weapons themselves, it really is down to how you want to approach the mission really. I went with the combination of assault rifle and shotguns, one for the long range and the other for close encounters.
I understood that reference.
Each weapon also has a rank attached to it. The AA rank obviously means the best in the lineup, but they are expensive to buy in game. You can carry up to 2 weapons in a mission, but you can also carry additional items. These can range from health packs if you're running low on health, sentry guns to set up a perimeter, decoys, grenades, and so on. Honestly, I barely used them, and when I unlocked more powerful weapons and upgraded my HP, I nearly forgot these items were even there for me to purchase and use.
Initiate vehicle deployment.
The game also allows you to call in reinforcements to give you an edge in the battlefield. You can call in airstrikes, have vehicles drop in, but you are only limited to 4 vehicles because EDF, like myself, is skint. So every time you request support or use a purchased item in the field, it will deduct the use of that item from the money you will receive at the end. Once again, I rarely use that feature. I gotta hand it to character customization as well. I was able to create my EDF waifu with the right assets.
Oh my.
But the game doesn't stop there. It gave me plenty of options to dress up my character any way I wanted, with more unlocking after I met the requirements to unlock them.
All nearby larvae destroyed.
Unfortunately, I will now have to talk about the game's shortcomings, and there are plenty. The first thing I need to mention here is that the game really struggles when it comes to maintaining a stable frame rate. Expect the game to slow down if there are quite a lot of enemies on screen, or if there are few buildings getting leveled around you. The AI is also a kind of a hit and miss in this game. Sometimes I saw my comrades taking out bugs with military precision, other times I saw them run around like headless chickens. But what really bothered me was when I derailed away from mission objectives. Even when I was way off from where I needed to be, the enemies ignored my allies and converged on my location. Like, I know I'm supposed to be this badass in the game, but come on, give me a break.
I heard the aggressors deployed a new weapon the other day, and I was so worried. All for nothing!
The voice acting was also kind of weird. For a game that is supposed to have a darker tone when compared to its previous iterations, the game's dialogues and its delivery is very goofy. It eventually improved when I approached the endgame, but before that it all sounded very silly.
Roger. What?
It didn't help either that the game's story is delivered through radio chatter. Now I don't have a problem with it, but it ended up being an issue because half of the time I didn't even know who was saying the line or what did that character look like. Aside from a few characters, I had no idea what the rest of my squad looked like.
As part of the blast team, you will be joining the aggressor extermination missions around the globe.
And that's because they all looked nearly the same. You know, like in Gears of War, characters looked distinct and you can tell who's who. Everyone in Blast Unit looked exactly the same. But my biggest gripe has to be is the amount of grind you have to put in if you want to unlock everything in the game. You have to replay story missions over and over again to get points to unlock some of the best weapons in the game. For context, I beat a mission on the hardest difficulty that net me a lot of points. I think it was around 90,000. In order to unlock the best weapons in the game, I will need around 1 million.
Nah, but I'm cool.
So I will need 1 million for the best shotgun, 1 million for the best assault rifle, 1 million for the best sword, and so on. That doesn't include all the other weapons that are on sale, which you will also need to buy if you want to get 100%. And trust me, they are not cheap either.
But wait! There's more!
But you can't buy weapons with the points you accumulate. You will also need energy gems to go with them. When you kill enemies in the game, they drop energy gems that are used to purchase weapons. But there are 3 kinds of gems and they are all specific to certain enemies. So you will need to play certain missions if you want to accumulate gems of a specific type.
Don't forget to collect the energy gems the aggressors left behind.
Yes, ma'am.
Energy gems are an important resource for us. They're needed to power the energy cores used in our equipment, including in our PA gear.
Basically, we need him to survive. But wait! There's more!
On top of that, you will need millions of points to unlock more HP for your PA gear, which basically decides how long you can stay in battles without dying.
But wait! There's more!
And on top of that, you will need to buy all the cosmetics for your character, and these can be pretty expensive. And you will need to buy all of them if you want to achieve 100% in the game and unlock those trophies. Well, needless to say, I gave up and moved on. I still have no idea why the developers thought it was a nice idea to have the players grind for that long, especially when you consider that half of the time the game doesn't even tell you how to unlock the best weapons in the game. I mean, I unlocked the best assault rifle in the game by accident. I have no idea what I did or how I unlocked it. There is also an online mode, but surprisingly it was more dead than my love life, and I'm not gonna lie, I did manage to find someone who I had one match with, and I like the idea that there are 2 teams of human scavengers taking on each other and other aggressors as they try to gather as many gems as possible. I could see it being fun, but I guess gamers were quick to move on from this game and I can't really blame them. The game cost $46.49 in the UK pounds to purchase on Steam. A bit steep, but I thought, whatever. And then I looked at the DLC for the game. There are 2 bundles available on Steam and the cheapest one costs $38.30. Yeah, and that includes special weapons and cosmetics. The more expensive bundle is $59.55, and it also includes additional missions along with energy gems and credits to use in the game. Yeah, looks like D3 Publishing took a page out of EA Games' playbook.
EA Sports. Go fuck yourself.
So in short, if you want the complete EDF Iron Rain experience, it can cost you around £100, which is insane.
It doesn't add up.
So what is my honest opinion on Earth Defense Force Iron Rain? Not gonna lie, the game is super fun to play. The action is chaotic and frantic. It throws you in the middle of a battlefield where you are surrounded by enemies as buildings and houses collapse around you. However, the grinding nature of the game and technical issues hold it back from becoming that classic game no one has played. The game is available to buy on PS4 for $49.99, making it more expensive than The Last of Us Part 2 Deluxe Edition, and $46.49 on Steam.
Whoa! You guys hear that?
I want to recommend the game because of its strong gameplay, but the price tag is not worth it. So if you're someone like me who has PlayStation Plus Premium, give this game a go, but I would not recommend this game at full price.
You want us to siege it?
Anyways, that's enough from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more or just want to give my life some meaning, hit the subscribe button. I'm a part-time YouTuber, so your engagement with the channel will help me a lot in the long run. Peace out, angels, and stay awesome.